he goes like this, put his arm around, they're setting up for the picture. And Joe Pesci says, hey, he said, I said I'd take the picture. Get your fucking arm off me.
Right.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Hola, mis amigos. You're listening to Oh My God, Hi, Hijo de Dios. Hola. With me, George Lopez. Porque, ¿sabes qué? Let's do the show. Porque I got a lot of things to do. I gotta go to that dry cleaner ahí. My kid fell. Se pegó la cabeza. I gotta go get some Neosporin Paul.
You know what George is?
Oh, I'm sure he's around here somewhere.
What's his name? George.
Lopez.
George Lopez.
Oh my God.
OMG.
OMG. Hi.
Oh my God, hi.
You driven around in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
We were driving through that area, and there was
Which area?
like into like North Carolina, coming down. So you know the 2-lane highway over there, like south of the border, that place.
Yes.
With I said, oh, we have to go in there.
Yeah. That place is legendary.
Oh, legendary! There's a place called. How would you describe it? It's like, but it's funny
a
because
touristy little attraction. It's the border of South and North Carolina.
south of the border.
And they call it south of the border because there you can buy fireworks legally. So that's their hook. It's like, oh, you finally made it. Get your fireworks, and then it's like, hey, south of the border. Let's go with the Mexican theme. And
had the
then
big Mexican dude.
And they have billboards leading up to it for about 50 miles.
Yep.
So
really?
Yeah.
So by the time you get to like 25 miles, you're like,
it's like Mecca. It's
we're
like,
going. And then you start to see this guy. Does he have a name?
I don't know. I think I popped in there one time and it was a ghost town. I'm like, maybe it was just bad weather or something, but it was dead. I got some fireworks.
They have like a hotel.
Time. Yeah, there's a hotel
like
there.
A restaurant.
Yeah.
A gift shop.
Yeah. That's a little touristy.
If you wanted to buy souvenirs that look like the people that we grew up around, fucking great place. to get a coffee mug of your uncle that passed in the early 70s with the little paper thin mustache, look kind of fucking hungover. An ashtray, I got an ashtray at the house. Stationery pad, a notepad with a little Mexican dude with a sombrero, like, buy beans.
Dude, I gotta check that out again. I moved back to North Carolina about 3 years ago, and so I travel around there all the time. I gotta stop back in there.
And you know,
it's still there. I just haven't been in.
And I would say, look at this, and you know, clearly something that's biased towards Latinos. And the lady would say, that's one of our top sellers. Like nobody saw some shit like that would say like,
isn't this kind of bizarre?
Oh, we're sorry, we didn't know you were coming. But they're like, there's only two. I don't know what size you want, but there's only just a few sizes left. And I got a mug at the house, and
nice.
A little doll I bought for my dog was walking around with it in its mouth, like a little Pepe guy with that sombrero.
But yeah, driving at night there, like you gotta watch out for deer. I mean, I've hit
where they come out of the They're
just like kamikaze trying.
You hit some with your truck or your car?
I hit a deer with I used to have a Suzuki Sidekick.
Okay, so
it was like a box
who
kite.
lived and who didn't?
Who won?
It was like a fucking box kite. That's hilarious.
It is.
Yeah, man.
And I hit that thing and totaled my car.
Why did you get a Suzuki? Was it did it have to be closer or not?
When I was in college.
Let's go through our first cars and let's see why we ended up with the cars we ended up with. Okay. So a Suzuki Samurai.
Yeah, Suzuki Sidekick.
Sidekick.
That was a little bigger than the Samurai.
Oh, there was a Samurai.
Yeah, Samurai was a 2-door. Sidekick was a 4-door.
When you went to the lot, they tell you that's one of our biggest sellers. There's only two sizes left.
I thought, like, well, this will be a fun little car to have in college. I can tailgate. I can get friends in the back. I can put a keg of beer back here. And
nothing about learning either. So
no.
Nothing about. I got my books. I can keep my books in there. I got some water in case after class.
I think I picked it because it was red too, and which is the school colors. I'm like, oh yeah, it's red.
Was it new when you bought it, or?
It was new. I got it new. Oh, that was not my first car though, but I did love that car.
What was your first car?
My first car was a 1982 Berlinetta Camaro.
I remember.
82. It was when they, I think it was maybe the last year of that body style. and then they changed in '83.
What
or
body
85.
style was that?
It's like a smooth.
The glass top, T-top?
Oh no, my brother had an IROC Z28 with T-tops.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was jealous of that car. Yeah,
Like
and
Smokey and the Bandit car?
it was blue, but kind of. Smokey and the Bandit was a Trans Am. This was an IROC. They looked very similar.
IROC, yeah.
An IROC, yeah. I think it stood for Italian Racing. It stood for something.
Grant?
But did it even have IROCs anymore? I don't see the word IROC on
You know,
stuff.
let's talk about American cars. I think we fucked it up somewhere along the way. Maybe steel but listen.
My first car was a 51 Chevy that I used to call the Green Hornet. It was an ugly-ass green, but it was given to me by my
Was that
brother-in-law.
factory green?
Yeah. But it was a gift. My brother-in-law gave it to me. He had a junkyard. And this was one that would trade it in. They put it together, gave him my car. That was it, man. I had me a car, I had me a
Free car's a
ride.
free car. Yeah.
He gave it to you?
Yeah, gave it to me. Freebie.
And what was it again? A Green Hornet?
Well, I called it the Green
Yeah,
Hornet.
yeah.
It was a piece of shit. It would break down on the road.
Yeah.
By the way, IROC International Race of Champions.
That's what it
stands
was.
for.
The International Race of Champions.
Let me see what it looked like.
Look up an 85 IROC Z28. That was my brother's car. I was so jealous. It was badass.
First of all, that's a great fucking title for a car, too, by the way.
There you go.
IROC Z28 Camaro Beretta,
yeah.
whatever the fuck
It sounds like some
yeah,
sort of
yeah.
helicopter in the Army would have.
Yeah.
Yeah. That thing.
Does that ring? Which one's yours?
Well,
one in
my
the middle?
brother's would be that black one right there.
Oh, that's
pretty much.
nice.
Except it was blue. Mine was an '82 Camaro, not the IROC, not the Z28. It was a little less than that. But we also had personalized license plates. Like right when you could do that.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't a thing until like maybe that year I got a car, and they said you could do what you want. I was like, I put my name on there. So all mine said was Jon Reep. Nothing clever, not a nickname, my damn name. And it's the dumbest thing you
Did
can do.
anybody put their fucking name on the...
Just Jon Reep.
They put Reaper,
Right, my brother was he
Reep.
put Reepster.
Reapster.
Yeah, you gotta have something.
He put his fucking name, Jon Reep.
Jon Reep. Who did
Jon
this? Yeah, who did this to my yard? Well, Jon Reep. I saw the whole thing.
Man.
Peeled out.
You know, you might be the only person I ever heard of that put their name on there. Like you can't put your address, too many fucking letters.
Yeah.
But you can put your
Yeah,
name.
mine fit
all
perfectly.
fits.
Jon with a space and then REEP. It looked like a name tag.
Did you have a personal plate?
I had a personal plate.
Fucking
Took a lot of
beef
shit.
squatcher.
Took a lot of shit for my personal plate. There was a female
lot of that.
that worked Homicide Bureau. She was single, and she had Ms. 187, MS 187 over here. 187 is a penal code section for
Right.
murder.
Yeah.
We were working murder.
Is it murder in North Carolina, or is
Yeah,
that just...
187. 187 on the undercover guy? I know Snoop Dogg.
So I thought it'd be cool. I had one, Mr. 187, and I took more shit from the guys at the bureau because hey, who do you think you are? Some arrogant, pompous piece of shit that you're Mr. 187.
Yeah.
So I
or MSTR?
No, I just MR 187. There's a space in there. So it was, I took it off.
You did?
Is that a random thing? Did you ask for it?
No, I asked for it. I wanted it.
Okay.
But I didn't feel like taking the heat anymore. You know?
Yeah.
What year was that?
Oh, that was probably about 86, 87.
And yours?
Mine was, I got that car in 88. It was
Matter
in
of fact,
82. I got it in 88.
I put it on a new Chevy, 85, and that I had bought during the Night Stalker investigation.
And what'd you put there?
I put Mr. 187 on the car.
I got him.
What was your first car?
My grandmother had a 1969 Buick Riviera
Wow, that was a nice car.
that it looked like a matchstick on the speedometer, and if you went past 65, you could set the time. It went to let you know you're going over the speed limit. It had a little
no
thing.
kidding.
Had a match. It was a yellow ball on the little stick, and you could put it at 70. And if you got past 70, it went.
Wow.
And you need to back off. And they fucked it up because they went to Tijuana and got the front seat reupholstered with some jade green saran wrap that looked like rubber, like if you tear a balloon and you stretch it. And my grandmother sat down and it tore. You know what was in there? Fucking bags of rice, rolled up newspaper, no cushion. Fucking newspapers, a fucking torn blanket, some fucking rice.
Pinche raza.
She goes, I like it because of my back, it feels good. I get my back like it's got a little protector. Fucking bag of rice, trash. They filled it up with fucking trash.
Remember my buddy, when I got married, he drove me in a black, beautiful Buick Riviera. That was our.
It was a.
What does that look like? Can you look? I want to see what it looks like.
Can you
I'm
put
trying to
those?
think.
Hey, so I ended up with it with the when you sat down, you almost had to like hold the wheel to where you couldn't put your whole weight on it. You tear the.
You fall through it.
No, Buick
sorry.
Riviera.
Okay.
And then they changed the back to make it look like almost like a Batmobile. They fucked that up, but.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy. Is that it?
Oh my God, dude!
Right there.
That is badass.
And the lights
There we go.
popped up.
Oh yeah.
That is badass.
That was it was a bad. He had a
Now-
badass car, and for a Mexican to have that car, a young guy, I mean, it was.
Would you want that? Like, if you could get your first car back, like somehow track it down, fix
I
it
think
up,
I'd get
would
that.
you do it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because the jade green was.
That's like a nice dark green.
And
right?
the rims and you know, one time I went to Mexico and I saw this lady sweeping a dirt floor, but like really working hard.
I've seen it done.
And you know, it's all in perspective. You know, I saw this guy washing his car, and he'd take him 4 hours, and it was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But to him, in his mind, it was like a car. I think our romanticizing a car,
Right.
that it may not be a Bentley, but to you and to the time that guy spent in that car, I'm like, what is this motherfucker seeing that I'm not seeing?
Yeah.
My wife
Right.
used to make fun. She was my girlfriend then. She used to make fun of my car because it's such a piece of shit. We went to Alvera Street one time, and I had her cousin with us. Visiting out here from Texas. We went to Alvera Street, pulled into the parking lot, and the guy said, no, aquí no. Over here. He sent me across the street. This car was so ugly, he didn't even want in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's you know, that's all you have. That's your first car. That's your baby, and maybe you spent a lot of money on it, and you're like, I'm going to take care of it. You know, I see people who get cars and they trash them. That's filthy.
But you know, like we had. I mean, I had sperm stains in the back seat. The guys would go back there in high school, man. They'd go back there and look. You know.
That's why you have a Buick.
But you know what I mean? Like, the guys were back there looking at, fuck, hey. You know, I mean, oh, man, nasty.
It's not all Jade Green.
Nasty, man. I mean, man. So I had I bought a Toyota Celica at Hamer Toyota on Sepulveda, like about half a mile from my house. And I got a license plate that said one-liners, Linerz.
Okay.
Before people were using Z's. Before rap, before Boys in the Hood even.
It was cool.
Before it was cool, and the lady goes, you know, this is it's supposed to be an S.
Yeah, no, Z.
And I'm like, Z. One-liners.
you'll Z.
One-liner.
Yeah. That's dope.
My plate has a Z in it now.
Oh, yeah. What is it? What?
Papa Gills.
Wow. Do you have a personalized thing now? No? Yeah, me either.
I try not to put my license plates on because of I see how long I can go without putting it on.
That's a good shake, brother.
Well, here you have to go front and back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In North Carolina, it's just the back.
Did you ever put a beer? You ever buy a case of beer and then take your frame and then cut the name of the beer and put the beer in front of your front plate as like your license plate?
No, I've seen that. I've not done it.
I did it
but
with
I've seen that.
fucking Moosehead. I was out intent too, man. Cutting with a steak knife around the thing. Moosehead, I put it in there. I get out, probably about a mile from the house. Boom! Fucking pulled over. Motherfucker says, hey, is Moosehead a fucking license plate thing? Fucking pulled it off.
Oh,
and
man.
threw it in the back seat and roped me up and said, you need a front plate.
Right.
Yeah,
I was cool, and woo, I fucking was a mile off of the house.
yeah. That's
sucks.
from a cop's point of view in the old days. I mean, that's just a good stop.
But why is that? Because you have to be able to see what.
Well, the law says, thinking from a cop's point of view, the law says you have to have front and back. From a cop's point of view, you want to pull over, see who's driving that car, see what they're up to. You need that probable cause. There's the violation.
Yeah.
You've only got one place. One plate, that's a gimme.
Yeah, that's a
stop
easy,
that guy.
justified pullover.
Yeah, let's just stop, see what's going on.
Would you put on you ever put a Confederate flag? You could tell us. I mean, that was a long time.
No, but I see those.
That's different.
There's like 3 all around here.
When did the Confederate flag become? I mean, I love fucking Leonard Skinner. They had a big ass flag. I didn't have a problem, dude.
Dukes of Hazzard, Leonard Skinner, Kid Rock.
I never had a problem with the. I mean, fuck it. I never had a problem with the I had a problem with the American flag or don't tread on me or.
Yeah, I never had problem with it. I wasn't smart enough. I never had problem with the Confederate flag or anything. I did have problems when I was in Georgia, where they had in '69 it was still segregated, so they had whites only, coloreds, black.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't pay attention to the flags. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know my history.
Just looking at the Confederate flag, if you just look at it and just like you don't know what the history is, it just looks badass because it's an X. It's got these stars on it. It looks.
What is it called?
Cool.
Bars and Stars?
Stars and Bars.
Stars and Bars. Is it? Oh, Stars and Bars.
Evil Knievel rocked that shit.
Dude, kind of. Yeah, he had like a big. X.
He was beloved.
I like who's the guy that. God damn it! How come I never remember this shit?
Is it a
you're fucking
race
old.
car?
No, he was a
NASCAR.
no,
Indy.
shit.
Dale
Jeff
Earnhardt.
Richard Petty.
They made movies about him. He was always the sheriff was
Buford
always,
T.
Jackie
Justice.
Gleason was always
Yeah.
after him.
Oh,
yeah.
Smokey the Bandit.
Smokey the Bandit.
Yeah.
The
They
best.
had-
Oh my God.
that was bad.
Jackie Gleason steals that movie.
Paul Williams.
Oh,
Yeah.
little
Yeah, he's.
And those guys were already like stars, but they created characters that you went to the movie theater.
Yeah.
You forgot that Paul Williams was a singer and he was just kind of this little daddy's boy.
Growing up, I didn't know him as a singer because I was I guess I'm a little bit younger. When he'd come up on the screen, I didn't know him as a singer. I just thought he was a funny little short actor guy.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I was like, he's great.
Those
I saw him on
movies
Johnny
were-
Carson. I thought he was going to get in Chingazo. He was going to get in a fight right there on Johnny Carson. Somebody making fun of him. Right, one of the guests, and he fucking stood up. He said, "We'll get it right now."
He was a little fucker, too.
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
He played in my golf tournament, man, like a few years ago because he was friends with Freddie Prinze. He used to open, Freddie Prinze would open for him. So I invited Paul, and he played, and I mean, legends, man.
Yeah.
I mean, legends.
That scene where Jackie Gleason gets out
You
of the car.
son of a bitch.
And then the outtakes at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so let's look at that. And if we all went to the theater, everybody would be laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody would be hissing. Nobody'd get up and walk out. It was a fucking huge hit. There was no talk about race or discrimination or biased in anything. It was comedy.
Yeah, it was just a flat out.
It was flat out funny. They did deprecating.
Yeah.
I'd go see a good comedy movie, minimal 2 times, 2, 3, 4 times, and it was funny because we'd be in the theater. And I already knew what was coming next, and I'd start laughing out loud.
This motherfucker has the biggest fucking laugh.
Everybody would start laughing. It was incredible.
Yeah, we did that when I had a friend who worked at a movie theater, and so we would get in for free to see Young Guns.
Oh, yeah.
When Young Guns came out, we watched that movie probably like 30 times. We had it memorized. So much so that we were in there it's a Tuesday night. There's like 8 of us misfits back there just yelling at the screen. And this big biker dude who was on a date, he'd had enough. Like he stood up, he goes, "You shut your fucking mouth." I heard him sitting here trying to listen to this. And then we stood up and he hit my buddy.
Fucking
And he went, attacked 8 of us. And we probably, if we were smart, could have heard it around him and figured something out. But like, he's scary.
He
ran
and it's in
8
the
of us
dark.
out of there.
Yeah, it's in the fucking dark. You're like, hey, man, Pat.
You're in a line.
Yeah, busted my buddy's nose. We got to get out of here, dude. And we left.
Oh.
That's still a good movie.
Oh, shit.
But nobody tripped out on that stuff, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and then what did I see that? I went to see Night Shift with Henry Winkler and Michael Keaton in Westwood, and me and my buddy Ernie sat on the back row. It was sold out, and it's one of the funniest at that time, funniest, everybody in the theater was laughing, roaring with laughter, man.
Yeah.
Roaring with laughter.
I
And
see that one
nobody
again.
tripping. And nobody walking out saying, like, how can you laugh at this shit? I mean, just
Yeah.
what happened to the days where we'd all be able to sit together and laugh at shit and not.
Exactly.
I think it's if you're in the dark like that and no one can see, they feel safer sometimes laughing.
But nobody tripped, though. I didn't get offended as shit. Them motherfuckers used to call me fucking Chico, Pablo.
My partner escorted me out. We were at a luncheon at a homicide convention, and a justice of the Supreme Court was up there talking. I thought he was funny. And I started laughing. I couldn't stop fucking laughing. They're putting a towel over my mouth. Come on, let's get out of here. Let's get
But
out
was he
of
funny or he was being
here. Yeah.
sick? Oh,
Matter of fact, the guy is a professional boxing referee.
Mills Lane. Oh, the best.
Mills Lane.
Let's get out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Let's
that
get
guy?
it on. Let's
Oh,
get it
I know
on.
that guy.
And he'd go, come on, let's get it out.
Yeah.
And he was Judge Mills Lane.
And he was a badass
He
judge,
passed.
too.
Yeah, he passed
Yeah,
away.
he did. He was a
Everybody-
great judge, great referee.
Everybody cool passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a few of us still left.
A couple more. But I mean, that stuff like going to the drive-in. I remember I went to go see Cheech and Chong's next movie with my girlfriend, and I took a tape recorder, a cassette recorder, because I wanted it to tape Mexican American. And she laughed, and I still have the tape, and you can hear me going, shut. I was trying to get it clean.
Yeah.
And she's laughing. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
They have to come back tomorrow now.
And I mean, easy.
Yeah.
The sex crimes class that I took that I've talked to you about before,
Yeah.
you know, this, I asked
Would
the
you
professor.
fill him in on that?
I asked the professor. This took 2 semesters of advanced criminal investigation pertaining to sex crimes. Required more work than I've ever done.
Yeah.
And it was a great class. This guy was a great instructor.
What were his credentials? Tell him his credentials.
He was a retired FBI agent, was head of the FBI over in Gallup, New Mexico, retired, was a professor and counselor up at Cal State LA.
Okay.
And he was just good. I learned from him. He taught me how to be a teacher, a good teacher.
Mm-hmm.
He used humor as a vehicle to get his point across.
Yeah.
And he was just so fucking good. I asked him, I said, do you mind, can we tape your class? He says, I don't give a shit, go ahead and tape it.
Yeah.
And so I taped it. I taped every one of his classes. Totally useless. Because all you could do is hear me laughing. He'd say shit, and I just blocked everything out because all you hear is me laughing.
Yeah.
The guy was.
At what year did you start annoying people with your laugh? Like, were you like 5 in school, or what year did somebody go, shut the fuck?
When I was a kid, my mom would beat the shit.
Because it's a big laugh.
Cállate, cabrón.
It was shut up. It's like in families that are poor, I think poor. Like if you sneeze once, so bless you, you sneeze twice, they just like shake their head, you sneeze again, they're like, hey, shut the fuck.
When I was in,
fucking sneeze, shut, hey.
That's my brother, man. He'll sit right next to me in the recliner and be like, with food, and be like, and just all these noises. I'm like, pick one thing, man. Like, what
part
is
of
it?
the fucking experience of eating.
Sorry.
Like, did you get it?
When I was in boot camp, the DI, Sergeant Eastwood, you watch a movie like the DI, the guy was smoking the bear head.
The DI.
We got a new DI in there, and he's coming on, and he's letting us know he's new, and he's the boss. And he says, and I'm just like I'll be your boyfriend, your girlfriend, I'll be everything to you. The only difference between me and your girlfriend is you won't fuck me, I'm gonna fuck you. And if you try to fuck with me, I'm just like a match. I'll burn your ass every fucking time. And he said
Brilliant.
that, and everybody's standing at attention. And he said that, and I thought it was funny. And he comes over to, oh, maggot, you got right in my face. What the fuck are you laughing about? Sir, I thought that last statement you made about burning my ass was funny, sir. And he said, you thought it was funny? And I said, sir, yes, sir. And he walked behind me, and he kicked me dead in the ass, and I went flying forward.
Oh, my God.
And I laughed on the ground, because that had to look funny. I just thought it was funny. It wasn't funny till later, because then he had me grab the old rifle, and I'm running around the barracks. I will not laugh. I should not laugh. I will not laugh. I should not laugh. So then it got tired after. But right then, it was funny. I've always had the departmental psychologist told me. I said, I'm sorry. And she's gone now, I can tell you. She was a good-looking lady.
Yeah.
And
Big
so,
titties? I always ask. This is forever.
Staple question.
Yeah, no, does she have big-
yeah, let me tell you something. Right
I
now.
always ask. I've listened from like I was 11.
Oh yeah.
They're like, he's going to meet the behavioral teacher. Does she have big titties? What the fuck did you say?
You know, my wife knows. For now we're talking. I sit there and tell, hey, did she have big tits?
Forever. I mean, I've been doing it
I learned,
forever.
Trickles down.
I learned that from George.
I got to do it. I got. It's like the streak is so long, you can't, like Joe DiMaggio going, no, I'm not going to play. Get your fucking ass in there.
Yeah. So if you don't say it, everyone turns you like,
It'd be like,
what?
I'll be driving home going, I didn't say it.
So the shrink, one guy sitting across from me, and we had been to this Cerritos air crash disaster. So
Oh,
we
yeah,
had
when the
to
two
sit there
planes hit each other. You
Yeah.
weren't out here yet, were you?
When was this? What
In
year was it?
Cerritos.
1986.
Was it
August- No, I
wasn't
PSA
here.
and a private plane?
and a private airline, private
I wasn't here.
private plane,
and PSA.
Aeromexico, and a private plane over the city of Cerritos, August
Dude,
31st,
over a neighborhood.
1986.
He knows all
They
the dates.
collided?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it rained down. Fucking
Yeah.
Killed all 67.
My buddy
I'm sure
Ray
body
Verdugo.
parts were coming out.
I look around, I look up at the sky, look at all this disaster out here. I said, hey, Ray, how much time do you think they had from the time they collided to the time they hit the ground? He looked at me and says, well, about enough time for 3 eyes and 2 ideal meals.
Damn. That's hilarious.
See, guys in your line of work
hilarious.
I think they got a good sense of humor. I mean, you kind of
Where they go eat after,
So this psychologist is up there talking, and this was before you had to be politically correct.
Yeah.
And she's up there talking. I can still see her today. She was wearing red nylons, a red dress, and red pumps like the
damn.
And she's up there. She's talking. She said, people want to know why we brought you here together, and we found out from the San Diego disaster that months later, days later, weeks, months later, people started feeling funny, and they didn't know what it was. And we found out it was from the disaster. Their PTSD.
Yeah, yeah.
And so,
Is that a real thing, though?
I don't know.
PTSD?
I never had it.
I hear people.
Well, I mean, how
don't know
much
what
shit
that
did
is.
we see?
Yeah.
How
It
much
hasn't
shit
caught
we
up with me yet.
Post-traumatic stress.
Your fucking childhood dog get hit by a fucking car,
Yeah.
go flying, and
Yeah.
you have to pretend like you don't know him. Fuck him.
I mean, that's traumatic.
Yeah.
It's your
Yeah, it
fucking
is
dog.
traumatic. Yeah.
That's trauma.
You have to pretend like, hey man, is that your dog? No, my dog's at home. Fucking in a fucking tree,
So I raised my hand. She says, "What is it?" And I just looked at her and I went like this to the floor, back up. I said, "I think I'm getting that funny feeling right now."
Shit.
Later we talked. I said, "I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing." I'm like, she says, "Come and see me later." She said, "We'll work on this laughing problem you have."
So it's been your whole.
Oh yeah, it's been with me forever.
I mean, it's weird. My brother's this way. He laughs at. I was the older brother, so I would do everything I could to, just beat the shit out of this guy.
Yeah.
And so I would be wailing on him, and he's just laughing. Like I think he thought by laughing, it's like you're not phasing me. And so that's just,
Yeah.
he's like he laughs at the weirdest shit.
Was it part of his personality, or was it part of the way he fucked with you?
I think he's fucking with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, he got bigger later in life. Like he started like bulking up and doing
Yeah.
2-a-days at
Once
the
they
gym,
learn.
creatine and all that shit.
And what was your dad? What was your dad like?
My dad was hilarious. My dad, he used to be a cop as well. He was a deputy sheriff in Catawba County, which is where Hickory is. And until he got shot. Almost died. Bullet hit him in the stomach at 22, point blank. Oh. And it bounced around. And
Did the guy surprise him, or?
Yeah, so my dad was off duty, but he heard the call on the radio, like domestic violence thing, and he just knew that he was the closest one. And so he thought, well, I'm just going to check on this lady. So he goes to the house. Guy comes out, and they just start swinging. He attacked my dad. They start fighting. Then they're chasing. Like this guy tried to run. My dad's chasing him. He hides behind a wood pile. My dad had flanked him, and he pulled his gun out, hit a revolver, and he goes, "All right, it's over. Raise your hands. It's over." And so the guy was on his knees, and my dad was standing. And so when he raised his hands, he had a 22 and just went, "Fa, fa, fa." And one hit him right here.
Oh, just like over him?
Yeah, like this, over his head. Just,
Oh, my God.
Just
Behind
started
him?
shooting.
He
just
tried to
started
die
shooting.
hard.
Yeah, just started shooting, pow, 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 like that. My dad was standing behind him, and so that it hit him right in the stomach, and one hit, and then he unloaded on that guy, and so he killed that dude. But that was after he got a bullet in his stomach, and he was in the hospital for a while. We were talking before about like
Yeah.
getting addicted to pain pills.
Yeah.
He was addicted to morphine for a while because back then they used morphine, and he was in the hospital for a long time. But
Did you guys think he was good? It had to be traumatic for you to think, yeah, your dad.
Yeah, well, I was a kid, so I didn't really understand what was
22
going on.
really caused a lot of damage on the inside. But a lot of people don't know that. People want bigger caliber. You know, bigger caliber make bigger holes.
Yeah.
But they go right through. 22
What is a little 22?
jams bounces around.
It bounces around.
Yeah,
it
it
does
goes in
more
there.
damage.
Creates havoc.
Yeah. It's still in his spine. It was so close to some, cord they couldn't get to it, and they just left it in there.
Wow,
Of
man.
course, that's Hickory Hospital, 1977. So, yeah, but you were talking about.
Was there a lady
scars?
sweeping the dirt floor? Like, just into it?
Right. Come on in.
Yeah, like get up, walk it off. But he had to wear a colostomy bag. He was
Yeah.
messed up for a while. Then he had septic shock, so they rewired him wrong, and they had to go back in.
Oh, wow.
And so now he has a.
That might be Hickory, though, man, because, like, they rewired
That's
him.
right.
They put,
That's right next to Possum Bluff, brother.
They found bags of rice.
yeah, shit's coming out. Back to right. Fucking sat down, the skin tore.
It was a newspaper.
He's got this scar that looks like a built-in six-pack now. So he's got a gut like me.
Yeah.
But his scar is one here
Wow.
and then two across. So, we go to the
One
pool,
here, two across.
he just takes it off. He's like,
Wow.
I'm fucking ripped. What are you talking about?
My
So-
grandson is ripped. And he
Yeah.
says, see, Papa, look at this. This is a six-pack. I said, son, look, this is a keg. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But did he had to retire?
Yeah. Well, Mom was like,
Made him, yeah.
no more of this, please.
Which was kind of, maybe, was that rare where you grew up that somebody would fire on a cop?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Yeah.
I mean, he don't talk about it much.
I mean, that was the high thing. Like, you couldn't shoot at, if you killed a cop, man, you were
By the way,
fucking
when
done.
he shot my dad returned fire, and at that point, other cops had got there, and they all unloaded on this dude.
Oh, man.
So
There
this
you go.
guy,
that's what
I saw pictures,
what we're
Polaroids
talking
later.
about.
Over the years, I said, Dad, tell me that story again. What happened? And then, I get to my teen years, where I get a little cocky, and he'll slide the Polaroid out and say, look at all these holes. He's like, I told you to be home at 11:30. I'm like, all right.
I'll do it again.
But he was a fun dude.
He was hilarious. He was a funny dude. He was the funny one in his group of friends. And so, as a kid, watching my dad make his friends laugh, I'm like, wow. Something would happen, and they'd all look at my dad to see what he was going to say about
Right.
it. And I'm like, oh, there's some power.
And did he
in
like
this.
comedy? Did he like yeah.
So it sounds weird now, but we grew up watching Bill Cosby together.
Sure.
Bill Cosby himself was one of the best specials I've ever seen in my life.
It might be one of the best.
Yeah. And that's clean, family friendly.
Clean.
Yeah. And we just sat there and watched it, and he was hee-hawing at that. So he loved Steve Martin, he loved SNL, he loved Chevy Chase, he loved
some
Bill
good guys.
George
people.
Carlin.
George Carlin, Bill Cosby. Pryor, all of it. And then so watching what made my dad laugh made me want to try to make my dad laugh, which is kind of
that's
why I got
cool.
into
Yeah, that's
started
awesome.
doing stand-up. But it was all an accident. Yeah, but he's a funny dude. He's mostly funny. But after he got shot, he never talked about it like that much, unless you really bugged him about it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I guess it was a little
Pretty traumatic. I bet it's traumatic. You've been shot at, right?
I've been shot
Well, you're
at.
in Vietnam.
I've been shot at in Vietnam. I've been shot at by bad guys here in L.A. I've been shot at by cops here in L.A.
Oh yeah, tell us what happened. Tell us again what happened. Tell them what happened.
There was a pursuit going on, but it was one of these real low-level pursuit. The guy's only, he'd go about 10 miles an hour, and he'd start to pull over, and they'd pull over behind him, and then he'd take off again. He was drunk.
Right.
And so we're listening to the radio, and we're hearing it's coming northbound on Ford, approaching Floral.
What day was that?
I don't know the day. That I don't remember.
He remembers the shit.
Yeah,
that
I could see where it was coming, and I said, "Hey, they're coming up behind us right now. Slow down, partner." And we were in an unmarked car, but we both had rain jackets on, and so the car we could see it coming up behind, and it's pulling over, and every time he'd take off, he'd hit a parked car. He's hitting cars. So I said, "Okay, when he pulls over this time, stay in front of him. Just cock the car off in case these guys come out shooting.
Yeah.
We don't want to be in their line of fire." So we got out of the car, we blocked them in a little bit, get out of the car, and the guy looks at me and he starts to put it back in gear. And I'm on the driver's side now, by the trunk of my car. The passenger in the CHP car comes out on the book side, and now he's pointing at the driver. I'm pointing at the driver this way, and the driver looks at me. He's got a smile on his face. I said, "Motherfucker, you go and I'll kill you right now. You know, I'll dump your ass right here." The driver of the CHP car.
Yep.
He gets out. He sees me plainclothes. I was wearing plainclothes gangs.
Right.
Something new back then.
Yeah.
He sees me with a gun pointed. Essentially, he thought I was pointing at his partner.
Oh, on the other side.
On the other
okay,
side.
Gotcha.
And he yells out, "Drop your gun." I'm sitting there saying, "Oh, the fucker's got a gun that I don't know about."
Right.
Yeah.
The driver, yeah.
The bookman, the other CHP officer yells back. He says, "It's okay. They're cops." My partner comes around. Now my partner's on the. Now two of us have guns right there drawn down on the driver. He says, "It's okay. They're cops." He says, "Drop your guns."
Whoa.
Now plural.
Yeah.
And I look at my partner. I said, "Is this fuckstick talking to us?" And he said, "It's okay." The other chippy says, "It's okay. They're sheriffs."
Yeah.
This guy responds, "I don't know who they are.
Whoa.
Drop your guns."
Oh, yeah.
So I said, "All right." Threw my gun. It was a county gun. I didn't give a shit. My partner was really pissed because it was his personal gun. He threw it on the ground. And then the guy goes, "Woo."
Whoa.
And he shoots. And both of us jump on the other side of the car. And I told my partner, I said, "Okay, fuck him. Don't, just stay down. I got another gun right here." I pulled another gun out.
Yep.
I said, "If he goes to cap again, I'll dump him." And I was going to dump his ass. By this time, the gang members had heard all the sirens. You know, the pursuit was going. We're now stopped. They're on the streets. They're watching. They know what's going on. And they're going, "Whoo, whoo, whoo, whoo."
They're seeing cops shoot cops. They gotta be fucking happy.
They're like, "Ah."
They got some popcorn.
Come and watch this. Turn that off.
The other CHP officer starts yelling, "You stupid motherfucker." And I mean, he's going off on him. This guy now realizes what he's done.
Yeah.
And he's coming over. He's begging for forgiveness.
Was he trying to hit you or no?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, he just missed?
He just missed.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you got
And
lucky.
he says, "You know, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." Fuck your sorries right now. You better take care. Those gang members are going to lynch your suspect right now. You better attend to him. You take care of him.
Yeah.
We're not hit. We'll deal with this after. As he shot at us, other cops were coming up from the sheriff's department. They were coming up. They hear the gunshot go off. Now they're asking for more assistance, shots fired. They don't realize that it was the cop
Right, their
that
own
fired
shots.
at us.
Yeah.
Everything's okay. Code 4 is you put up 4 fingers. And I'm saying, "It is code 4. And the other guy yells on the radio, "Negative code 4, shots fired. Continue to respond." And the radio dispatcher said, "I've got one unit saying it's code 4, okay. Another unit saying more units." And I just told him, "Put the microphone down."
Yeah.
And I
He
said,
just starting stirring shit up.
"Yeah." I said,
Was he like a younger dude? That just
well, the guy that
trigger
fired,
happy?
the guy that fired, this was his 12th day on the streets.
Right.
He had never been out there. And his sergeant, in writing it up, said, had he heard at a 10-ton Mack truck come by and sounded his horn, he never would have heard it.
Yeah.
He just went into vapor lock, and he blamed it on, up in Sacramento, he says, they train these guys, and they think you're going to East L.A., and it was the worst place in the world to go to, dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
So all he could think of was danger.
Was it? No.
No, and he ended up getting fired.
Yeah.
You know, he ended up getting fired.
So he took a shot at you and he just missed.
Damn.
He missed you.
So after all that happened, did you ever pull him aside later, go have lunch with him?
No,
Hey,
fuck
motherfucker,
no.
let's talk about
know,
this.
Pick up that check.
I really felt bad for the guy.
Yeah.
Because number one, I knew he couldn't be out on the streets anymore because next time he's going to be hesitant and somebody might get hurt because of his lack of ability to
Right.
take care of. And he's too dangerous right now to be out on the streets. He went ahead, they fired him, and he filed an appeal. I had to go, his attorney said, "I'm sorry to have to put you through this. We tried to tell him don't do this. It's going to be embarrassing." And he did it anyway. He lost. And last I heard, he was working for the railroad. You know, he was up in Barstow area.
Oh, no shit.
Okay. He's checking vaccine cards at restaurants.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it looks good.
So, it happened. It just,
Yeah.
You been shot at?
No. I it's weird growing up with that.
But you guys respected guns, though, right? Your dad had guns. You probably taught you guys how to shoot guns.
Yeah, actually, that same gun he used to kill that dude, he actually shot his bed one time with it, trying to show me guns.
Fuck. It went off in the house?
He did. And that's loud as hell. When a gun goes off indoors, you can't hear for a good 10 seconds, probably. Your ears just go,
Ears are ringing.
But anyway, he's like, this is what he did. He's like, all right, I'll show you this is what I do every day before I leave. I make sure the safety is on, and then I point it at the bed, and I pull the trigger just to make sure that it's on. And if it's not on, then all I did was shoot the bed. See, just like that. And he had already had it on, and he turned it off.
Oh, it was yeah.
Yeah, so he fucked up.
Shit in his pants. Yeah, sure he did.
Shot the bed, water was squirting up everywhere.
Fucking shot the gun in the house.
Yeah. So,
that's.
But I didn't. I was not a gun dude. I didn't hunt. I don't care about fishing. I mean, I'm like, that's why I do country-ish. I'm kind of, it's like that blackish for red.
Country-ish, yeah.
A little bit, but not really.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Country-ish.
Country-ish.
Yeah. Like,
Are you Bob Evans or are you Cracker Barrel?
I like
Waffle
both,
House?
but I'm going to go Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
I like their hash browns.
I like their chicken.
Their chicken's great, too. Yeah.
Who started that? The Klan? No.
I think they did. That's where we secretly meet.
But it's pretty good. You can't get anything healthy in there.
No.
We were on a tour. We went on all of us on the
Does
bus.
Tabernacle look healthy?
Yeah. And that and DL was asking like what kind of oil, and that lady says, I don't know if you know where you're at, son. You're in Cracker Barrel. Like we don't
What kind of oil?
We don't know
what the oil is.
Oil.
WD-40 Pennzoil.
You got to squeak somewhere. They get after it, man.
Yeah, and by the way, have you ever eaten at a Cracker Barrel like at night? It's always during the daytime.
Cracker Barrel after.
Yeah, it's always during the day.
But don't go at night. It's a weird shift. All I smelled was bad fish. When I went there at night one time, I was like, "This is depressing."
And they
I
got
don't know
the
what it
gift
is.
shop?
They got the gift shop, which is kind of nice. But being in there, and you're smelling this nasty fish, and they're slow. It's a different shift of people.
Yeah, yeah.
But during the daytime, they're up, they're ready to roll. It's
All
like,
the old grease. All the old oil has been cooking all day long.
That might be
But
what it
that
is.
place, it's grown. It's not diminished in size. It's everywhere.
Yeah, that's everywhere.
Unfortunately, the closest one around here is off the 15.
Oh, really?
Yeah, up there by Victorville.
But Bob Evans is good too.
Bob Evans is
You can
great.
get anything at Bob Evans. Almost anything you can get at Cracker Barrel.
Good sausage.
Biscuits are
I've
different.
never been.
Biscuits
I hadn't even
are
heard
different.
of Bob Evans till now.
Oh, really?
Bob Evans sausage is great, right?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, the Jacksonville Comedy Zone, right next to it is the Bob Evans. So I know every time I go there, that's at least 3 times I'm going to be in Bob Evans.
Yeah.
And I get 3 different meals, because they have everything.
What do you get? You, the same thing? Just your go-tos?
Well, I like breakfast there. Their breakfast is great.
What's the
pancakes
go-to?
is great.
Pancakes?
Yeah, or just a basic, BLT, something simple.
Hey, you're a country-ish.
Yeah.
BLT.
Yeah.
Breakfast is always my favorite.
Me too.
I don't care where I'm at. If I'm in Vegas, 24 hours, that's all I ever used to eat was breakfast.
Yeah.
What's your breakfast? What's your go-to breakfast?
Hash browns, eggs, and sausage.
Patties or link?
Patties. Patties. Or chicken
Toast?
chicken fried steak and eggs. Sourdough toast.
Chicken fried. Aren't talking.
Remember they used to butter for you and come down to be dripping in butter?
Yeah.
And you go, fucking, hey, leave that. Now they tell you, like, the butter is on the side or don't do it.
Yeah.
They had a paintbrush. They would put the butter on with a fucking paintbrush.
Some places, when I
Those
moved
are
out here.
the good old
They
days.
fucking took that thing in there, man.
Yeah. A little mist.
Fucking missed.
There are some places out here that annoyed me with the breakfast because you'd get there and you'd want butter for your toast, and they bring you this butter and it's cold and stiff, and I'm like, I'm trying to spread this on my toast and it's breaking, the bread's falling apart. You
Like
gotta
fucking
let this
mascara.
stuff sit out for a while.
It's like trying to spread mascara. The fucking thing's curling up like a crayon.
I remember in Vegas one time, I was eating breakfast with another couple, and nice guy, and we're sitting there, and he's looking at me, and he sees me like this. And he started to eat, and he says, "Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, Gil." Made the sign of the cross. He started praying, and I looked at him. I said, "Hey, don't get that excited, brother. I'm just trying to soften up my butter."
That's hilarious.
Yeah. That's funny.
I mean, and people are so fucking against like whole milk.
Right.
Or everybody that drank buttermilk is dead, pretty much. I mean,
I haven't seen buttermilk anywhere in a long time.
People, this dude.
Motherfucker would come out with a fucking glass of buttermilk. And he would be like, "What you guys doing today?" And he would drink it, and it's just like, oh.
Yeah, that used to be like part of the diet. Was like a glass of milk. Like you just drink the milk as your
Yeah, but not
beverage.
buttermilk.
Buttermilk.
The buttermilk special.
It was like fucking beige.
Yeah.
It looked like the milk after you ate all the cereal.
Yeah.
makes it
Look,
sound
dude, I think there's some cornbread in this milk.
What's that
little
stuff that
pieces
everybody
of
drinks at,
yeah.
at Christmas time? The
Eggnog?
eggnog.
Oh, yeah.
Eggnog with lumps in it. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, it's thick. Just you put that in your coffee, maybe.
Do you think it makes it? Do you think it? Oh, one time this dude Burn came to my house. We're in the desert, and I hadn't been in the desert in a long time. So he gets up early, sitting there, and he's got a cup of coffee, and he's eating like some biscuits, biscotti. And I get up and I go, "Where did you find the milk?" And he goes, "Oh, the whipped cream. I put the whipped cream in there and stir it." I go, "Where did you get those crackers?" And he goes, "They're in there, man. The biscottis, they were the fucking pumpkin snacks for the dog." He was fucking dipping them in the coffee. I go, "Dude, those are fucking dog snacks." And he's like, "What?"
Oh, well.
He's sitting there with his legs crossed, dipping it in the fucking thing.
I love when shit like that happens.
He's just sitting there with a plate of them.
My brother one time he was eating like Kentucky Fried Chicken, and my brother hates the he's a health nut, so he takes the skin off, right? So he's taking the skin off, which is the best part, really.
But you don't really want anybody to see you eat the skin in public. When you get home, you'd be like, fucking, you go like that. Yeah. Fucking let it hang. Yeah. Fucking let it hang. You motherfucker.
Oh, dude.
He was taking the skin off, and then just like after in his mouth, and like pulling it and putting it on the side of the plate. And my dad walks over, he's like, "Oh, you're not gonna eat that?" Jason's like, "No." And after it had been in his mouth, and just starts eating. And he didn't stop him. They let him eat all of it. He goes, that was all in my mouth.
Last year for Thanksgiving, my grandson learned, when I said, "Hey, there's no turkey skin left over?" And he said, "Well, your grandson took it all." He said, "Well, I didn't know you liked this stuff, Papa." I said, "No, eat it all now, cabrón. You didn't leave me any." Between myself, my granddaughter, and him, we'll scarf it all up. That's the best part.
God, yes.
yeah.
Is it bad for you, though, the skin?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I say it is, but
It's just got all like
feel
the
like
fat
the
and all the
skin.
good
every
stuff.
5 years they change stuff. It's like,
That's also
turns out chicken skin's good for you. We'll hear that about 5
Do
years.
you ever been to Arthur Bryant's in Kansas City? That barbecue place, Arthur Bryant. They're over there, big. Arthur Bryant's. So there's another place over there. Okay. So we were in Kansas City. I went for the race, the NASCAR race, and we got to go to Arthur Bryant's. So we go in there. So African American guys, they see me, and then I call me over, and I go in the back, and I look in the trash can, and they're cutting the ends off and throwing them in the trash. And I said, "The fuck are you guys doing?" I go in there and start eating the ends out of the trash.
The ends of what?
The ends of the roast.
okay.
The brisket.
After they had cooked it, they were just
They
cutting
cut
it
the
off.
end. Nobody ate the ends. And I said, "What do you mean nobody eats the ends?" No, that's why I'm in there with the fucking bare handed fucking eating out of the trash.
That's a bit. That's
I
a
bet
good
it was
part.
delicious, too.
Oh, it's
bet it
fucking the
was.
best.
Because Kansas City knows how to make barbecue, for sure. I haven't been to that
And
one.
nobody ate the ends. Like the ends of the bread I eat.
Yeah.
The cola, they would call it the
heel.
The heel.
Yeah.
I eat that.
Yeah.
You get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. The top looks good. You got the fucking end on the other
Yeah.
side down. Your first bite is like, you're like,
Yeah.
No, I never did like the ends. As a matter of fact, when I was a kid, I would even cut the edge of the bread off. I didn't like.
Oh, you don't like the crust even?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now I do, but
Yeah.
then I didn't.
I went to I'd go to this donut place right there in Burbank, and on Saturday morning, this Latino guy, skinny dude riding a bike in the bike clothes, 10-speed clothes, and his girlfriend are in there, and they go, "Can we help you?" He goes, "No, we go for bike rides. We just come in and smell the donuts."
Oh, my
Get
God.
the fuck
Are you
out
kidding
of
me?
here.
That's like a hate crime.
And I was like, what
kind of breed of human is
fuck
that?
out of here.
Yeah. You just come in and smell.
Like, just going to smell. They go for a ride, they get off, they go in there and smell the donuts and take off again.
Hey, smell my culo.
Smell each other's culo, eh? But do you think it makes a difference? Do you think it makes a difference ultimately whether you had blue cheese or fucking lemon juice on your salad?
You mean
In life.
Yeah.
Now, how many days does
I'm
it?
not going to let that. I'm not going to change my eating pattern.
I mean, how many days do you get
Right.
more?
That's what I'm saying. Like you want an extra week at the end when you're paralyzed.
You know what?
anyway?
That motherfucker gets hit by a car on the bike. I'll get some donuts and throw it in the fucking coffin with him. Hey, you can fucking smell him. Hey, put an eternity in there.
Betty White
Yes.
Oh,
just
yeah.
died
Rest in peace.
Yep.
a couple of weeks
What?
before her
No.
before her 100th birthday, and every day she had
Hot dogs.
hot dog
Love it.
And
and vodka every day.
So what does that
Now
tell you,
take
right?
away that hot dog and the vodka. How many more days did she have left at the end?
Did you ever meet Betty White?
No, I never had
ever
the
met her?
Did
pleasure.
you meet her? No, I never met her. I would have loved
Never
to.
had the pleasure.
You know, the thing about Betty White, I would say, is that these are people that have been around our whole lives.
Sure.
Like there wasn't a time when you were watching Password or Mary Tyler Moore, or which she was fucking amazing in Mary Tyler Moore.
Yeah,
right.
Or I don't really kind of remember other than when Adam Ludden hosted
Alan.
Password. They were
The Golden Girls.
The Golden Girls. So in your life, she's always been around.
Sure. Yeah.
And for her to be gone, it's big because it's like somebody that's always been in your life.
My son, it was like a personal friend passed away when she did. He loved her and he followed the Golden Girls for forever. You know,
Yeah.
through reruns. He
Fucking
loved her.
great, man. Oh,
No
great
one has a
comedian.
bad word to say about her. She
Nobody.
was, from what I hear, is like the nicest person and always delivered. Always showed up on time. You know, did what she was
Save
supposed
dogs,
to do.
funny.
Yeah,
And wasn't afraid to come out with adult stuff either.
yeah.
She was.
Well,
a
she
spo-
could go toe-to-toe
she was
with-
a sport.
Yeah.
You know, Lucy was a little feisty motherfucker. Like Lucy was mean and shit. She had to, you know, when I went
She
to
had that smoker's
that
voice.
smoker's hat, that- when Lucy was in poor health at Cedars, when I was going over there through my procedures, the girl that was the MRI technician would say, you know, hold your breath, and I'll tell you when to let go, and try to make a joke with Lucy, and Lucy goes, I'll do the jokes if you don't mind. And was a feisty fucking mean and shit in there, but toward the end of her life.
So you got to meet Lucy as
I didn't meet Lucy, but I met Betty White.
Yeah.
And Betty White was on my talk show, and I said, you know, you're more busy now than you've ever been. And she was like, you know, I'm such a whore, I can't say no. Ad-lib. And I remember when she came out, she had the shoes, the comfortable shoes with the nylon seam at her toe, like your grandmother wears, and the same kind of Naugahyde brown with the strap around the ankle.
Oh, wow.
And she had like a tiger top, like my grandmother. And when I hugged her, she smelled old. She was 90, and I remember thinking, "You smell like my grandmother."
Yeah.
But hugging her, and she was like the old lady perfume.
Yeah.
And she was great, man.
That's
Great.
awesome.
I think
great.
they showed that clip. The one you just talked about,
Yeah.
she says, I'm a whore. I think they showed that clip on, I don't know, on the internet, because I
Yeah.
remember seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, great, man.
I don't.
And the other guy, George Allen, you know, fucking George Allen, he used to do a one-man show there towards the end when he was getting old.
The football coach?
No, George Burns, excuse me.
George Burns.
George Allen.
I was like,
I was gonna put it in the
I was
background.
like this. Oh yeah.
George Allen, yeah.
Yeah, George Allen's neighbor. George Allen's neighbor, George Burns.
George Burns. Yeah, George Burns.
And when he did his one-man show, they asked him, you know, hey, what do your doctors say about you drinking still and smoking? And because it's been said, you have a shot of scotch and you have a cigar every day. Mm-hmm. He says, that's very true. He says, but as far as my doctors, he says, which one? Most of my doctors are dead.
Right.
Yeah, beat him.
Yeah. Lived his
I
own.
was watching a golf tournament in Lake Tahoe in the late 70s or something, you know, and the two announcers were talking about seeing George Burns in his 90s doing a show at midnight.
Oh wow.
And they go, imagine a guy in his early 90s is up at midnight, and the guy goes, he sleeps 23 hours a day. He's only up that 1 hour.
Right.
He's up at 11:30, goes to bed at 1:15.
Yeah.
He's back to sleep. Sleeps all day. I remember them saying that, thinking,
Shit.
yeah. He's
I do that now. I'm 49.
Come on, it's up for the 1 hour. But those guys were special, man. Like I saw Milton Berle
Yeah.
in 1988 at an event in Beverly Hills, and some guy went up there and talked about material or something and said, Milton Berle probably took that. And Milton Berle stood up in a room of 3,000 people and just did that face he would do, like, and everybody started laughing, didn't say a word, and he just stood up and made that face. And I thought, that is fucking brilliant, man. He had the tuxedo.
Yeah.
He looked like a you look like
Milton
old-
Berle, like
with
the guy you know.
Yeah, amazing.
Would you ever go to the Friars Club stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. I never got into that. I kind of wanted to go.
They had one in L.A. and they fucking tore it down.
Okay.
I had one of my rap parties for my show at the Friars Club. I'm a friar in New York.
Yeah. Yeah. Those Jeff Ross always did the roast at the Comedy Store.
The best.
Those were I love watching
Yeah.
them. I
Those
love
make me
watching them on
nervous. I
YouTube.
like watching them, but the times I've been on it, I'm just like, I'm scared shitless. And
It's something where you have to keep your
get mine
senses
out.
up on.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're like, well, you have a joke
Who
ready.
did you do? Who did you do?
I roasted a NASCAR driver, Denny Hamlin, and I roasted, Lavelle Crawford. I won season 5 of Last Comic
You did.
Standing. And so it was between me and Lavelle and this other guy, Jerry D. So we all had to do a roast of each other with other comedians out there. But it's still, Jeff Ross, of course, was there.
Yeah.
You know, the master at the stuff. And I mean, he just stopped. He was doing jokes. And I'm sitting on this little throne, because I'm the one getting roasted or whatever. And he stopped in the middle of the joke and turned around and looked at me and goes, God, you're ugly. Like that. And then just kept going. I was like, that's not even a joke.
And the way,
That's just an insult. There's no punchline, you asshole. So that always make me nervous.
That stuff is, that stuff's pretty
But I
good.
like watching it from afar.
It's a little bit interesting to be, it's almost like being in a battle royal in wrestling. Like your senses have to be up.
Oh yeah.
And you have to be listening, and you got to take your take your shots.
And the best way to take it is just laugh at it, even if it pisses you off.
Yeah.
Just laugh, because it
Never show a sign of weakness.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they
Never
got
let
you.
them know that they get to you.
Like
Yeah.
when they roasted Trump at the the inauguration thing or whatever. No, it was some ball they always do. Seth Meyers was roasting, or making jokes about him.
The correspondence dinner.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. And they just had a camera on Trump. And
He was
like this.
not digging it, man.
No, you gotta laugh it off. It made him look really stupid.
You know, when Obama was going in on him,
That's what I was
that made him decide to run for president.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. There's
Oh,
that great,
that's right.
great clip, great
'Cause he
quote.
would-
He's
yeah.
like, I got one thing you'll never have. Or, I'm one thing you'll never be, which is the president of the United States. And then they like Curb Your Enthusiasm, zoom in on Donald Trump's face.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I mean, he had good timing, man.
He was funny.
Oh yeah, great speaker, obviously.
And great, he goes,
When that guy talked, everybody's like,
yeah, he went in there. Some of his correspondence stuff about Trump's decision whether Meatloaf or the guy from NSYNC, like he goes, it's those kind of decisions he has to make that keep me up every night. Like he went in.
I just wonder what he would really how loose, because I agree with you. He was good. He was quick. How much better he'd have been if he didn't have to respond. If he didn't have to answer to his wife when he got, to me, it looked like he was a little hesitant to say stuff that might have
because
been.
of Michelle?
Yeah. He'd have been better off. I'm not leading a divorce. Don't write in letters. But I mean, it's just like
Hot take, Gil.
he'd have been better if you didn't have to answer to her.
Well, I think it's better always maybe when your wife isn't around, depending on what's going on. You know.
oh yeah,
I played golf with OJ
oh
after.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever told this story.
oh my God.
wives, please.
So, OJ, I hear OJ's playing at Handsome Dam with some dudes that I know, Dave and this guy, some Chicano dudes out there, and OJ's out at Norwood, and we're playing Norwood, and I see him, And the first time I saw him was at Handsome Dam. Like now he's playing public courses, like LA public courses.
Right.
And I'm hitting balls, and I look over, and he's walking up with the way he walks, he's bad, pigeon-toed.
Yeah.
And he sticks his hand in where my golf balls are and pulls out like 10 golf balls and doesn't say, may I, or do you mind? And then he looks at me and goes, you're pretty hard on me. And I said, I was? And he goes, yeah. But he goes, not like Jay Leno or Letterman. And then he says, those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And I remember he said fodder. Like, my life is fodder for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, and I mean, hand to God, man, I'm playing with him, and on 18, he comes across it and yanks it, and he goes, did anybody see where that went? And one guy goes, I think it's playable, Juice. And I said, look at it this way, you're not in jail. which means you can still hit the ball. But to him,
Yeah. He's like, I sliced it.
and like you're playing skins. This is gonna get out there. Playing skins, and then somebody allegedly handed him some money and and said, "Do you have to give half of this to Fred Goldman?" Oh my God!
Hey, bottom line.
That's gonna be weird. That's gonna be weird.
But I mean, to be, and my wife found out, and this motherfucker at this party came up to me and goes, "I can't believe you played golf with OJ." My fucking wife was right there.
He stole balls from me.
We went around.
He's a big motherfucker.
He stole my fucking golf balls.
What are you gonna do?
And we went in the car round and round, man. And I said, she was crying. And I said, listen, and I'm a comedian. Like, I do that shit for the experience, for saying that I did it.
Yeah.
Not because I'm either choose one thing or the other, but as a comedian, I mean, I have that story now as opposed to saying I could have, but you mean you didn't? I did.
Right.
Because I wanted the fucking story. I'm the one that said,
you playing golf with him's not going to change anything.
this motherfucker had a Hawaiian Tropic fanny pack that still had numbers of fucking models and shit. They had some lollipops in there. It's fucking ones and ones. Really? And I said, hey, Juice, you ever think you'd end up playing a city course with some Mexicans? He goes, never. Not even thought, never. He said, remember he was at Riviera. He said, never. Hey, Juice, you ever think you'd end up playing with Mexicans at a city course in LA? Never.
No, he didn't hesitate.
Well, the big joke at that time, during that time, was the bottom line. 4th and short, I'd still give Juice the ball.
Yeah, he's finally free.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out now. Like, I mean, how long has he been out?
But he's free, like he's free of everything,
free.
out of probation, everything.
Yeah, like he's out.
He wanted to come and see me at the Laugh Factory on the weekend. I was doing this was in the 90s.
Yeah.
And he said to me, I'd love to go and check you out. And I said, yeah. And he had this assistant, Kathy. And he goes, Kathy will call you and we'll arrange it. Like, we'll call over there. He goes, because sometimes, he said, sometimes I have a problem.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't think that there's going to be a problem. Fucking Jamie's like, man, don't bring him here, man. The OJ, man. Brother, don't bring the OJ here, man. You know, the owner of the Laugh Factory is Israeli.
He has a temper, I hear a
brother,
temper.
no, man. Don't bring the OJ to my club, man. Please. And I had to tell him that it was a no-go.
Okay. Wow.
Were you worried about his reaction at all?
Right. How did he handle that?
I fucking run away from that motherfucker. He could hardly move. It was like the Tin Man when he fucking got all seized up. He had the worst swing.
Yeah.
And I invited. We could take the. We were at Knollwood and down over there where we used to get some fucking panocha over there, and Sepulveda and Rinaldi, about where Lenny Bruce is buried, and my grandmother and my grandfather.
Yeah.
There's a place called Presidente in Mission Hills, and they have a great bar in there. And I asked him, I said, Juice, let's go to Presidente, man. It's like down. You're gonna get on the freeway. It's right over the overpass. And he said, no. He said, I can't.
Really?
He said, if I go in there, and he was.
It's on.
Yeah.
It's on. He's back.
But watching him play golf and standing there while he's putting the ball in the ground and swinging with that horrible fucking swing.
He had a terrible swing.
But to know that is the most infamous person in the whole world.
Crazy.
And he's right there in front of you.
It's so weird.
I mean.
So is his swing worse than Charles Barkley's swing? You seen Charles Barkley's swing?
I've heard he's getting better.
Charles Barkley was a good golfer.
Yeah, but just swing is
somebody
weird.
told him at the Bob Hope in the desert, Chuck, you come down too fast from the top. You gotta pause and then bring it down. Fucked him up.
Fucked him up because he pauses.
So we were playing in Atlanta, and Barkley's gonna hit on the first tee, and everybody stops. And he goes, I don't know what y'all think you're gonna see. He takes it back. He stops. He swings. He fucking nicks the ball. It goes between his legs and fucking passes us. He's hitting the ball over here. Yeah. We're over here. The fucking ball, it almost goes in the fucking pro shop. It goes between his legs. It passes us. We're not even in the way of the ball. He fucking nicked it and it went between his legs.
He couldn't do it again if he tried.
And you fucking couldn't do it again. And like the ball was like, I'm going in the pro shop, guys, and fucking check out.
I'm done.
And the fucking ball almost went inside.
That's hilarious.
Now,
I can't
mean-
swing either. I've tried.
I love golf. I mean,
I wish I was good at it because all my friends play, and I'm just like, y'all.
I wish you were good at it too. You play my fucking tournament.
I'd love to.
That's the
You
first
invited
question
me.
I always ask people when I meet them.
George asked me, he invited me to go out golfing.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll turn into the comedian because all you do is
Tell them
knock
what it
your
was
ass.
like. Tell them what it was like.
Oh, the tournament was great.
Yeah.
It was. I was nervous. I'm not. I don't get nervous about much.
Motherfucker,
and-
you've been shot at. Why would you be nervous?
And that day that I was leaving my house, I told the wife, I said, I'm really nervous, going down to the, I'm not used to being around a bunch of celebrities. I don't golf. And they had already scared the shit out of me because this place that he plays at, you have dress code.
Yeah.
And so I had to go out and buy me dress code clothes to be on the,
Right.
be on the fucking golf. And plus, yes, he's my friend, but I didn't want to be a pain in his ass.
Right.
Hey, you got to do your tournament.
Yeah.
And he said, no, come on, Ed. They treated me great.
Nice.
It was so much fun. It was a day that I'll never forget.
Who did you see there? Who did you?
D.L. Hughley, Cedric the Entertainer. I'll never forget D.L. Hughley because he treated me so good. He was so good, making sure everything was right. Shit, I just watched his movie.
He told you that he didn't like cops.
Oh, he was.
He said, "I fucking hate cops." No, he doesn't. I don't like cops. He fucking hate cops.
He says, I got to tell you something. He says, I got to be honest with you. And I said, okay, what is it? And he says, I don't like most cops. And I said, okay,
Yeah.
that's all
Duly
right.
noted.
He said,
Hey, one shot at me, motherfucker. I get it.
Yeah, that's right.
matter of fact, I'm going to be brutally honest. I hate all you motherfuckers. I said, okay, that's okay too. And he said, but you're different. And he just said, you're different, man. I've never seen a cop talk like you. You act like you.
Yeah.
He said, and I listened to the thing with you and George
does,
having
yeah.
this thing going. And I listen to George all the time. He says, you just have this chemistry going. It's great. And George says you've never done it. He says it's great. And all day long, George Lopez, the man that he is that hosts a celebrity golf tournament, we're one of 3 carts that don't have a fucking roof over it. Yeah. So everybody
Did you
else.
have a hat?
It's like drinking whole milk. Fuck it. The sun.
Yeah. So that was it. So Hughley all day long kept saying, Gil, don't forget, hydrate.
Yeah.
Hydrate.
Oh, yeah.
Relax. And I wasn't golfing. I was just riding around in the golf cart with him.
Yeah.
And so he really treated me. Joe Pesci. I'll
Oh,
never
yeah.
forget Joe Pesci.
How did you play that day?
I didn't play. All I did was sit my fat ass in the car and ride around with George.
What did Joe Pesci tell you?
Joe Pesci was just a good guy. He's a funny guy. What you see Joe Pesci on the screen was Joe Pesci live.
Oh, I love that.
He was just the way he talks, the way he acts. And the thing that I'll never forget is somebody wanted to take it. We stopped at one hole. They were giving booze away there. And publicist comes up and Mr. Pesci, there's a youngster in the back and the next foursome that'd like to take a picture with you if you have time. Yeah, let's go take the picture right now. And he walked back there and the guy comes back. He goes like this, put his arm around. They're setting up for the picture.
And
Joe Pesci says, hey, he said, I said I'd take the picture. Get your fucking arm off me.
Right. Good
So-
for him.
Funny like a
so
clown.
Joe Pesci
He don't like to be grabbed and manhandled.
doesn't play around.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had a guy that was the biggest manufacturer of like notions, lotion, vitamins, Stuart Rahr. You know how annoying this dude is? Trump told me that's the most annoying person he's met. So fucking this is the dude that annoys Trump. Imagine how fucking annoying you gotta be when Trump goes, that guy's the most annoying fucking guy I've ever met. So he's orange, he's got this fucking hair back, he's orange, and he's loud, and he's got pictures of, stuff. He's always bringing his camera out, and he's calling fucking Joe Pesci.
Oh.
And right around the putting green, he's like, Pesci the whole day. Pesci this. And Joe goes, hey, listen, maybe you don't know, because maybe nobody told you, but it's not Pesci, you motherfucker. It's Pesci. And he goes, hey, take it easy, Pesci. I'm just busting your balls. Well, no, wait, I don't know if you're busting my balls, you fucking orange fuck. And he goes, I have melanoma. And he goes, good, I hope you die, you fucking orange motherfucker.
He's gonna put him in a trunk and stab him like in fucking Goodfellas.
And that dude was like, all of a sudden he's like fucking pouting. I said, hey, Stuart,
You walked right into that.
show him some fucking respect, man.
Yeah, you can't bust balls to strangers. I feel like that's a rite of. You have to know somebody for a little bit to start busting balls.
You know, he does shit for me that he would not normally do, man, ever. Because it's just of years of 17 years of knowing each other.
Pesci?
But but I'm going to tell you guys a story that I told Jim Brewer. I think he told Howard Stern he wasn't supposed to. This probably won't make it to the podcast, but they did for us. So Billy Andrade is a golfer. He's playing in the. He's playing. I'll tell you a couple. Let me tell you one story. So there's a bit before that one. So Joe Pesci and Jack Nicholson go to the Laker game. They're working on a movie, and chicks come up to Jack. Jack's got his glasses on. He's got the smile. And whenever he was at the Laker game and he had his glasses, those rose-colored glasses, and women would come up, they would show the women on the thing, try to get close to Jack. Couple chicks with big tits, and everybody's laughing and shit. And Pesci's right there with his hat, and they go home. They go to the game together. And they go back to Pesci's to Jack Nicholson's house in Bel Air, and they go in and Joe's like, "I'm getting a fucking drink. This motherfucker tells me I gotta leave." And I said, "What?" He goes, "What?" He comes up to him and he goes, "Pesci, I'm gonna have to ask you." And he goes, "What, you motherfucker?" He goes, "I'm gonna have to ask you to leave." And he goes, "Why?" He goes, "I have a young lady that's coming over." And he goes, "What young lady, you fuck?" He goes, "The young lady from the Laker game. I gotta go upstairs and make myself presentable." And Joe Pesci goes, "Yeah, fuck. She don't give a fuck. She's with Jack Nicholson. She don't give a fuck about you. She's here to fuck Jack Nicholson." He goes, "Nonetheless." And then he goes, Joe Pesci goes, "Hey, Jack, you ever use Viagra?" And he goes, "Only when I'm outnumbered."
Oh, that's good.
Fucking swear to God. Oh. So Billy Andrade is playing at this was in the 90s. So Jack was a member of Lakeside. Joe's still there. Jack left, which is sad to me because his locker was around mine, and fucking Jack was. One day I'm playing in the afternoon because when the show was on, I would go over there in the afternoon. A ball comes flying over my head. Guess who's in a cart with no top? Jack Nicholson is completely fucking wet. His hair's back, like fingered back, sweaty, fucking coke rings and coke on his fucking chest. And he's driving. And a ball comes over my head and he goes, "George, we're going to play through." I said, "Fucking go ahead, man. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jack."
Yeah.
And I look up and they're fucking walking across shit. The cart's going over the fucking green. Shit's not supposed to do. And I look up and they're gone. Like I said, it's almost like the motherfucking abandoned buildings, like the guys with a fucking knife, he's gone. There's no way those motherfuckers could have disappeared that fast. I hit a fucking ball, I look, they're gone.
Oh, shit.
So
That's good coke.
So Billy, fuck yeah, it makes you fucking disappear. Fucking take off like fucking grease. The fucking car takes off at the end. So Billy Andrade and Pesci are friends. So you play Thursday, Friday. If you don't make the cut, you're free for the weekend. And Billy goes, "Hey man, if I don't make the cut, I'll come down." He goes, "Yeah, motherfucker, Jack and I are playing in the morning. If you fucking don't make the fucking come out there and play the fucking back nine, fuck." So Billy Andrew gets there. He's got his Buick bag, professional. He's got his hat. Looks like a pro. And he says, "Can I help you, sir?" He goes, "I'm here to play with Mr. Pesci." He goes, "Oh, Mr. Pesci, Mr. Nicholson are on the eighth green putting. Take the cart and meet him on the 19." So he's there. They're there. Billy comes around and he pulls up along Joe and he sees him and Joe's like, because the guys are hitting and Jack's up there and Jack's was never really good, but it was cool that he played. And the ball, and he just fucking struggling the whole day. And Billy goes, "I think I can give Jack a tip." And he's like, "Yeah, go over there and tell him, motherfucker. He's playing like shit. He's fucking everywhere." And so Billy doesn't introduce himself. And he walks up to Jack and he goes, "Hey, Jack, I think I can give you a tip." And Jack has been playing fucking bad 9 holes. He goes, yeah. Everybody's got a tip for Jack. And he goes, "Well, I got a tip for you, buddy. You can take that tip and shove it up your fucking ass." So, I mean, he's only been at the course 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And his fucking eyes are like this. And he goes back and sits down and Pesci goes, "What did he say to you?" He goes, "Nothing." And he goes, "No, what did he say to you?" Because he told me to take my tip and shove it up my ass. And Pesci jumps out of the car and he goes, hey, motherfucker, that's my friend. I don't give a fuck who it is. And he's like, you fucking apologize. I'm not apologizing for shit. God. And you and your friend can go fuck. And they're fucking, Billy Andre's like, what the fuck? So now you got Joe Pesci and fucking Jack Nicholson fucking toe to toe. I don't give a fuck who it is. Hey, you motherfucker, you show some fucking respect to my friend, you fucking prick. Fuck you and your friend. And at the fucking, after the 9th hole, fucking Jack left, man. He fucking left.
God, that would be a.
I
would watch that show.
I told Brewer that fucking told fucking Howard Stern. I'm like, motherfucker, I didn't tell you to tell Howard Stern.
Story, asshole.
That's something.
And and he goes, you know how George is such a great storyteller? Howard's like, yeah, one of the best. I'm not one of the best fucking stories. I don't fucking have any stories. And he fucking tells my phone's fucking blowing up. Every construction worker's like, hey, you motherfucker. Like, what the fuck is that?
Oh my God.
He told that
I
story
would love to see
the
this
day of the
too.
golf tournament.
He did?
Yeah, he
Jim
told
Brewer?
the story. No, Pesci.
Fucking Pesh.
He was being egged on by George. Hey,
I
tell the
always-
story.
Mighty.
You know what? I always get him to try to tell stories. Like, I used to try to finesse, and now he'll be like, hey, motherfucker, what do you do? I said, Joe, tell him about the, hey, man, take it easy. Let me fucking talk. He's the best. I love that dude, man. If I were you, I would play golf just to go and be able to do that.
100%. Yeah.
Because isn't it special to see a dude like that?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
a fucking Academy Award winner
Yes.
in his fucking element with his hat and his thing. Like I sent him a Christmas present, and I didn't you know, I love him, man. I think he's great. And when he sends a message that's like heartfelt, he's like, thank you so much for the gorgeous sweater. You shouldn't have, but I thank you. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'm off to Vegas either today or tomorrow to see my daughter, Tiffany. I hope to see you soon. Not a motherfucker in there. Not a
Yeah.
I
Just
mean,
a heartfelt, sweet man.
every year we drink fucking martinis.
That's a fucking icon. Oh, that's you know.
It was.
Wow. Just could you imagine if a camera crew just followed around Jack Nicholson and Joe Pesci? I would watch that.
It's a T-shirt that says
fucking fuck.
"Fuck you, you fucking fuck."
Oh, that's awesome.
Can you imagine how I felt that day
mean-
being around these guys?
Right.
Just
You just sit back and observe, right?
Yeah.
I mean, God Almighty.
And you know, Trevino's like, "How's my friend Joe?" I said, "Joe's fucking great, man." I talked to Trevino. Lee Trevino's
Yeah.
like one of my, and we were talking about golf. Like, you know, since he did that thing with Tiger and his son, like he's got all these offers because he goes, people know I can still hit a golf ball. He's 82, and I said to him, I said, hey man, in your prime, who could fucking beat you? He said, Coors. He goes, nobody could beat me, only Miss Coors. That's what he said, fucking Coors. He goes, I'd come out there, man, the only thing I'd beat myself, like I'd get too fucking hammered and not
Yeah.
play well. Play good, but they'd get me, man.
Did you ever meet John Daly?
Oh yeah.
Because I don't think Coors would stop that guy. I think that helps him. Like he's that, like, right? He would just drink an 18-pack and still like drive the ball.
We were at the Bob Hope.
that's a big guy.
I played golf with him. I've known him forever.
He's a big Bubba rednecky kind of a guy, right?
We used to go play we used to go meet at Las Casuelas after playing golf, 111 in Washington, and it became a thing where most of the celebrities went there, but then Daly shows up, and I kid you not, this motherfucker had 18 double shots of fucking Crown Royal.
This dude knows.
Double shots. I'll show you some pictures of
Jesus.
double shots. And he's fucking talking and he's cool, laughing. And now girls are there, like hot chicks are there. And he's just fucking, I mean, he's still, this
Smokes a
dude,
carton of cigarettes.
he's drinking, and he's drinking a double fucking Crown. And remember, you know when a plane takes off, you can see the fucking ripples of the heat coming from the back of the fucking engine. It's like the air's wavy.
Yeah.
I was sitting next to him, and he'd drink the shot, and he'd go, and fucking air would come out, and it would fucking ripple. It would fucking, like a fucking jet was gonna take off.
He's drinking jet fuel.
And I would be like, holy shit. And he's fucking drinking fucking 18, and I get up, And I go to the fucking waitress and I said, listen, don't give them any more. Like, put a little bit of fucking Crown, but put like Coke in there. And the lady goes, no te preocupes, George. We know how to do it. We deal with people all the time. Fucking brings it. He takes a shot. He goes, Georgie. He goes like fucking Dikembe Mutombo. He goes like this.
Not the finger. Not the
He goes, Georgie.
Don't fuck
Don't
with my
do it, man.
drinks.
Don't fuck. I said, all right, Georgie, don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Draws
And
the
then
line.
there's all these hot fucking chicks there, and he goes, hey, girls, you ever had your pussy eaten fucking good? And I'm like, yeah, all right. I said, John, we're cool, man. No, Georgie, relax. Relax. How ladies? And they're like this, like, no, have you ever had your pussy like really eaten? And I'm like, Georgie, give me one of those chips right there. And he gave him a fucking basket of tortilla chips and he dips it in the water. And he goes, girls, you ever had anybody eat your pussy like this? And he takes the chip and puts it in his lip and he goes, and this fucking chip is fucking waving like Francis Scott Key when he wrote that Star Spangled Banner. And the flag was still there. That fucking chip didn't break. It fucking rippled. It made a sound like. And those fucking girls, one girl got up and left, and the other four were like.
That is so funny.
I've never seen anything fucking like it.
Oh my God, dude.
I've never seen anything like it. And that guy came to my house, rented a house, and we were watching, because, you know, it's on the Golf Channel all week, and they do like that 19th hole, Grey Goose 19th hole, and they're talking about John Daly, and he's in the kitchen. The kitchen was open, so it's like he's looking right there with his arms folded. We had just come from the restaurant. He's fucked up. And they're talking about how he has to play and how he owes so much money and how he's been divorced so many times and how his fucking life is a mess. Right. And he fucking goes off and starts yelling at the fucking TV, man. Like something, if he'd have been an actor, he might have won an Academy Award.
Oh, really?
You motherfuckers don't know a fucking thing about my fucking life. You fucking sit there and you fucking point your fucking, you know what it's fucking like to fuck, I mean. Wow. And we were just like fucking like.
Yeah.
We need to fucking shoot this motherfucker. And the I love that dude. His saving grace of why he's not dead is because when he gets drunk, he's not a mean drunk.
Right. Yeah.
He's a lovable guy.
Yeah.
If he'd have been a mean drunk, somebody would have shot him already.
Oh, right. Oh,
Like,
he's like a fun,
he's like
funny,
a fun,
goofy, yeah, but not mean, yeah.
So
And he's functioning too. Like he can actually play well and be fucked up, right?
So we're playing. That was Wednesday. Thursday, I throw a party at this place called South Point with a '70s band, and Roger Clemens. Everybody's there. Guys are coming up to me. Just the best party, George. This Boogie Nights is playing.
Oh, wow.
These girls are dancing on these fucking tables. There's celebrities everywhere. Roger Clemens, Cheeto, everybody's there. And Cheeto comes up with a drink, goes, great job, Papa. He called me Papa, and I said, what do you think Bob Hope would think if he saw this? And he'd go, fuck Bob Hope. Then Cheeto goes, fuck Bob Hope.
Oh, dude. I love Cheeto.
And they come over to me and they go, we got to get John out of here. What do you mean? Go, look. That motherfucker has his arms around one of the girls that's dancing. She's on the thing, and he's has his arms around her legs, looking up.
Oh, no. Oh, that's
Man, we're trying to get him out of there.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
And he's like, Georgie, no, it's good. I said, John, we got to go, man. And that was Thursday, Friday, went to a party. So we're playing Saturday on TV, on ABC. Our time is 10:35. So, you know, I get there at fucking 8:30 to fucking warm up. I don't eat.
Yeah.
I drink a little bit. Fucking some Adderall, some fucking, I'm fucking going, man. Some Red Bull, fucking half an Adderall, I'm fucking going. I don't eat the whole day. Couple drinks, couple shots. We get there, me and Sam Jackson and Luke Wilson. So we're warming up 9:30, 10 o'clock. And Sam goes, where's this motherfucker at? I said, he'll be here. Our tea time is 10:35 on TV. So now you got the officials coming at 10:10. Have you seen your playing partner? No, sir. He'll be here, though. Sam's like, that motherfucker's not going to show up. I said, he'll be here. 10:10, 10:15, 10:20. Now more guys in walkie-talkie show up.
Yeah.
10:25, 10:28. Georgie, look over. He fucking waves at me. He puts his bag down on the driving range. He takes one ball, puts it on the tee, hits it with the driver. It goes fucking straight. He goes, let's go. He fucking hit one golf ball, stayed out all night and drank, and shot 6 under.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I've never seen anything like
That's
it.
incredible.
Jake the Snake Stabler for the Raiders,
Like
right? That dude
He
would party
fought-
all night, get up and throw 6 touchdowns the next day.
And he walked 18 holes, and we laughed and bullshit, and fucking we won.
Is that right?
And we went to the ceremony on Sunday, and nobody came. And Sam Jackson goes, "Yo, motherfucker, I don't think you're going to be invited back next year." I go, "Fuck, neither are you." He goes, "Oh, I know I'm not. I'm just telling you, we're not."
Yeah.
And we weren't invited back. That's why I got kicked out of all the pro-ams, I think, because I had fun.
Yeah.
I did the shit that people would love. They had fucking margaritas, and
Yeah.
we took shots with people.
Yeah.
To me,
now
that's,
you got your own thing.
golf is like, you got to have beer. I mean, for me.
This is my own beer, man. What do you
I
think of that?
love
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Pretty
dude.
good.
It's amazing.
So those are my.
Where can I get more of this?
I'll go get you some more.
We got some
Hey,
back here.
I mean,
in
like,
the
if I
locker
wanted to buy it
above the
somewhere.
flares.
Like, if is there a
Bevmo
website
or yeah.
Okay.
Pretty good stories, huh? And I don't really have
Oh
any
my
stories.
God, dude.
Those were incredible.
I'm
I
saying
haven't,
I'm
laughed,
lying.
I haven't laughed this much in a long time.
I haven't had any
You,
fucking.
the Pesci, and the Jack Nicholson.
Oh, dude.
And I don't even really do Jack Nicholson. I don't do impressions, but
I'll push back because you do
Telling
Jack
you.
Nicholson.
Yeah.
You gotta incorporate that or something, because that was gold.
Funny.
when I was really fucked up, nobody knows
Because
this.
you leaned your head back.
I don't get past. I'm gonna have to leave.
Only when I'm outnumbered. Oh my
That's
god.
fucking.
And he's going, motherfucker.
Outnumbered.
He's like, and he's telling, he goes, I'm telling that motherfucker. He's like, yeah, girl, don't give a fuck. She's here to fuck Jack up. Nonetheless, fucking best choice of words.
Yeah. It just shuts it down.
And Jim Gray goes and sees Jack Nicholson every day. The reporter, great guy, and Jack and I had become good friends, at the Laker games and at the thing, and he'd go, "How's the Loper doing?" He calls you the Loper. What the fuck? Nobody calls me the fuck. How's the Loper? That guy's a rat. He's the fucking best, man. Because I would be changing my shoes, and his locker was around the corner. He goes, "Let's get out there and hit a few balls, and then go get our sticks on it." You're like, that fucking sounds like a fucking plan for. I was like, guys, isn't that the best fucking afternoon? Yes. And I mean, he retired from the club, man.
Well, you described him with the coke rings, soaking wet, no shirt, his hair slicked back.
I mean, that
Scary
that
fucking
golf shirt was stuck to him. The powder was on his thing. He had the two things, and he had that Silence of the Lamb fucking hair that was back like sweaty. A fucking ball, because we're gonna play a game, man.
Yeah.
Have at it.
You go
But
ahead,
I mean,
man.
anytime you heard that voice, it's just the most unique
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
voice. And when I sat next to him at a Laker game, and you would hear him talk to the ref, "You're not gonna let him hold the whole game, are ya?" And you're like, "That's his fucking ref. He's holding them the whole game." And you're like, "Wow!" He fucking put his hand on my popcorn. He's fucking eating my popcorn, yelling at the ref. I mean, amazing shit, man. And I was in I did Rocky Horror Picture Show at the Wiltern, like as a favor for Lou Adler. Like I sang and shit, and Jack and me and Danny DeVito shared a dressing room upstairs.
Oh wow.
Oh.
And for hours, and he was the fucking best, man. And when he left, to get in his car, the amount of paparazzi that took pictures of him lit, because we were up on the second floor, lit the fucking street up like if it was noon during the day. Like the amount of people taking pictures of him.
Yeah. That's
Fucking
incredible.
crazy,
That's a
man.
whole nother level of fame. It seems like.
Crazy.
I'm trying to imagine now what it'd be like with him and Danny DeVito around each other.
Oh, they were talking about when they did Cuckoo's Nest and they went on the ocean, and then oh man, and Jack had like this giggle, man, like a chick, like a little girl, but so funny, man, like a high pitched. He smoked weed the whole fucking time, man.
Yeah.
And he was the narrator of the thing, high as fuck, man.
Oh, damn.
And even Arsenio would say that they would. He goes. Hey, we'd meet him at the games at halftime. We'd go in the room, and Arsenio goes, "Hey, Jack, remember we used to come at the Forum, man, and do those Cocoa Puffs? I don't remember." They used to put. Jack had like a one-hitter, and they would put Coke and weed and put it in the
Cocoa
in a
Puffs.
cigarette
Oh, my
and do
God.
Cocoa Puffs. And he's fucking Arsenio says it like loud, and Jack's like, I don't remember. He's like fucking Arsenio's like saying like, hey, remember I saw you at that place where we had lunch? And Jack was like, hey, motherfucker, we're in public, like,
Right.
like I don't remember.
Oh my God.
But I mean, those were the days. Like I haven't been to a Laker game maybe once since Kobe retired, but it's different now than like for eras. Like I loved it. I've loved the Lakers my whole life. It's just a different era now. I think even that President's Club where we would all go drink at halftime and after the game is gone. Like they turned it, they changed it.
Oh, really?
And now it's crypto.com. It's officially a new era.
Well, have you been to SoFi?
I haven't been to SoFi yet.
It looks cool.
Me either. Have you been?
No, I've just seen it and it looks.
They had to put
$2 billion.
Right.
they had
The
to
Super Bowl's going to be there.
Yeah.
they had to put money
For now.
in the.
Yeah.
They had to put like $2 billion of reinforcement in the ground because the stadium is built on a fault.
Okay.
So that stadium is built in the ground.
It's in the ground. Yeah.
There's $2 billion. The guy goes, there's $2 billion nobody will see. And it's built so if there's an earthquake, it moves. It's built on a shifting like shock absorbers. And $2 billion nobody would see. And then the head of the NFL players said to us that they probably would not ever make the money back because there's no way that anybody, especially a team like that, unless they won the Super Bowl multiple times, could ever make that much surplus to pay for the overages because they were like maybe $2 billion over.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And
we got the Rams.
Yeah, and the Chargers, and he goes, you have a team that's not, you have a team that's not a home team that is kind of renting the space that.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to use that for the Olympics? Aren't the Olympics coming here?
I think that's the plan.
They are, and that's what they're talking about. Now you just hope they can kick this COVID out because they're talking about going to Dallas to play Super Bowl.
I mean, if they
because they're extending the mandate for masks.
Oh, shit.
if they canceled the Grammys, I would assume that the Super Bowl, you're talking about more people
In LA,
in
definitely.
suites,
Yeah.
that it would be in jeopardy.
But it's the weird like indoor-outdoor thing that SoFi has going on too. Like it's technically closed, but it's also considered open air. Like they have to delay if there's lightning. So it's in the weird like middle ground too. So it's like, is it an open air arena? Is it considered closed?
Does the roof retract?
It's something
So-
like
doesn't?
slide. I don't know. I'll look it up because I'm talking out my ass. Here, but I know
curious.
there's something funky to their design.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they could just say if anyone who comes in here just has to be vaccinated. I mean, that's what they're doing on cruise ships. I don't know why they would cancel the Super Bowl.
You know, I think the issue is that you have the strays, man, that people that don't want to.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, that's really what's fucking everything up, you know?
Yeah.
That you have the
100%.
people that are, I'm trying to find some golf pictures here. But
Yeah.
man,
I need to get back into golf.
we had the fucking best times, man.
I used to work at a golf course. That was one of the first jobs I had. I would ride my bike. I was 15, and I ride my bike to this golf course.
What was it? Over there, you had some great courses out there.
In North Carolina, Hickory. This one was just a shitty one. But I saw one of the funniest things. This groundskeeper was trying to show me how to use the fairway mowers and how to get underneath trees where the limbs would do like this. He's like, you got to get up here. You got to kind of duck down and get underneath the tree. And you got this big fairway mower, and he comes out, and he's talking like, he goes, "See, it's just like that." And then there was a black snake on his shoulder, and he didn't see it. And I was trying to tell him like, "You got a snake." He's like, "What? Shut up! Listen to me." I'm like, "You got a fucking snake on your shoulder." And he looked over and he flipped out and flung that snake off and took off. The mower's still going down the fairway like that.
You got a fucking snake on your shoulder.
You're going the wrong way. What?
Those were.
But that was some hard. I mean, I had to push. I was too young to be on those big ass fairway mowers. But that was pushing a lawnmower uphill. That was the best shape I was ever been in. Ride a bike there, then push a mower around all day.
Man, those days, man. I think those days are over. Of getting loose like that, where inhibitions were like nobody had inhibitions, man.
So a dude grab a blade on a lawnmower because it was off. He turned it over and was getting the wet grass off of the blade and was clogging it up. And he just grabbed it and went. And he looked up and he just sliced his hand. And he looked at it and it took a second, for the blood to come out.
Yeah.
And he's looking at it and he just went. Like this.
Man.
And then he went like he fainted.
Like you fucking fainted.
And I thought he was joking. I started laughing at him. But yeah, good times at a golf course. I was never good at the woods. An iron, a putter, I got that.
I'm going to tell you
something about the wood.
I'm going to tell you.
It's a different swing, isn't it?
No,
than an iron
it's
swing?
not. It's supposed to be the same swing. That's why.
Oh, maybe I'm fucking that up.
But remember the girl was here a couple weeks ago. Last time we were here, and she what's her name? The one you banged that night. I said to her, "Hey, listen, I'm doing the Laugh Factory tomorrow. If you want to, I'll offer you a spot." She did good, didn't she?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's her name?
Issa, as you were talking about. Yeah. From Sounds Like a Cult.
From Sounds Like a Cult. And this is what I'm going to say to you. My tournament is the first Monday in May.
Okay.
And if you're comfortable with it, I would love for you to play.
Well, I'll start practicing now.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm coming.
And there it is.
Calendar.
I'm putting it in. First weekend or Monday?
First Monday.
Oh, Monday. Good deal.
At Lakeside.
I'll have to postpone my podcast recording for that day.
Why does everybody do Mondays?
Oh, yeah. All right. What
many? What was that? An hour and a half already?
Yeah.
God damn.
That was fun.
Dude, that burned by.
And we don't even really start. We just start.
Well, I didn't know if you were doing like an intro.
No.
We just started talking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you never introduced.
No. I mean, like for the show, even like an open to the show.
Yeah, it's also like we have a pre-record stuff that goes up top.
Yeah.
But
that's great.
Thank you for joining us, comedian, podcast, and actor Jon Reep.
My absolute pleasure, 100%.
It's awesome to meet you, man. And
yes,
it's good to see you, dude.
Yeah, likewise.
We might use those stories. Let me hear what they sound
I feel like I was going to ask you, like those.
I don't know, dude.
Those are probably some of the best stories we've gotten on here.
Yeah. I didn't know you did impressions.
I don't. I mean,
see, that's the thing. That came out of left field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know you're a good storyteller, but damn, the impression.
Yeah, there were 3 extra people in the room.
There's some wild shit, man. I see some wild shit, dude.
I just stopped talking after that. It was like, I'm going to sit back and laugh. This is fucking great.
God damn. I mean, we're going to play through that fucking thing. I was
like, you painted the picture. I saw the coke.
Nevertheless.
Nonetheless,
that's right.
We're going to play through.
That's good. You want to tell the people they can find you, Instagram, if there's anything to shout out, your podcast, stuff like that?
Yeah, I also have a podcast on this very network, All Things Comedy. It is called Country-ish.
I'll do it.
Check it out.
Please
do. Yeah.
We'll go over there and do it.
I do it in North Carolina, so it'd be a Zoom situation, but y'all can do that.
Oh, so you live over there?
I moved back 3 years ago because my dad had a stroke. And now he's paralyzed on his left side, lives in a skilled nursing facility. My mom has never lived by herself, so I went home to park it with mom for a second. Then the pandemic happens.
It's a trip bump.
Yeah,
but I'm so happy. So fast, man.
Like that. But at the same time, I was happy to be able to have this kind of a job or life where I could just get up and go and not worry about a real job or anything like that. Just leave. Totally. And we could do this anywhere. I mean, this microphone, I have the same one in North Carolina.
So when let's talk a little bit about it. I want to ask you because I was over there at the same time. So Rodney Carrington,
I was on his sitcom.
Was a fucking huge comedian.
Yes,
huge.
Wait,
right?
Did you produce that?
I produced Freddie. But I was over there at that same time, and I thought that Rodney's show was going to be huge because everybody loved him. Mm-hmm. He was a fucking great comedian.
Yeah.
and he had a show at ABC, and I thought, perfect, man, this dude is going to be.
And the lead-in was according to Jim, and he kept like 99.9% of that audience. No one changed the channel when Rodney came on, so which is a good mark of a successful
I remember
show.
I saw him at the upfronts.
Yeah.
And you played his friend?
I played the cop Gerald Bob, so I was like a semi-regular. I was there like every third episode I'd pop on, but God, that was the best job I ever had in my life.
It's the best fucking job, man.
Because I mean,
so what happened to it? So who was it? Was I on that night? Can you look and see what year was that? Let's see what
that
ABC
was. Let's see, 2005.
Yeah.
2005.
See what the lineup at ABC was?
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, I want to say
we might have all been on the same night. You
yeah.
were guys at 9:30?
I went to, what's that now?
Were you guys 9:30 Tuesday?
It was Tuesday.
Yeah.
It was Tuesday. I don't remember the exact time.
I think it was
may
8?
have been whatever after according Jim, whatever time that was. But that was the best fucking job I ever had in my life.
Where did you guys shoot that, at Disney?
Nope, CBS Radford, and I bought a condo right across the river, if you want to call it.
Yeah, they have that little river there.
Yeah, and I could see the studio. I could walk there and back. And that's one way to get a show canceled: buy a house within walking distance. They will cancel it for you every time. But yeah, it was.
Who played his wife?
Jennifer Aspen. Jennifer Aspen was his wife. Nick Searcy was his buddy. I was a cop that was like in love with his wife, so he kind of hated me. But we got along like this, man. Rodney is.
And
to this day, one of the funniest dudes ever.
And what happened to the? What happened to?
He
the
got
show?
canceled. It did 2 seasons, and you know I don't want to. I'm not sure exactly, but I've heard him tell me different stories about what happened. He was making a lot of money on the road before this sitcom.
Yeah.
And
a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean he was selling out in Texas and the Southwest.
You think it hurt him after the show got canceled?
I mean, it had to have.
I think it did.
Yeah,
I think it
totally.
did.
I mean, he was on a primetime network show, and then now it's gone.
I know.
But he still does well. I just opened for him not long ago, and somewhere in Kentucky, some big outdoor arena is packed. I don't know how
funny.
that happens, but
I thought
but
that,
it totally had to have.
I felt like it hurt. It hurt him. And also Foxworthy. I mean, was anybody more popular than Foxworthy at an NBC show? And that didn't go.
Right. His only went like 1.5 seasons or something. I mean, we had 2 possibly. There was going to do a third.
But they canceled it because of the ratings or because of the feel of it, the
new
direction?
guy came in, some new guy, showrunner dude, not a showrunner, but like at the network, came in. The guy who liked Rodney, who hired Rodney at ABC Disney,
Lloyd Brown.
left. And so a new guy came in, and he's like, what's this redneck shit? I don't get it. What is this?
McPherson.
And then Rodney had to take a meeting with him, and it didn't go well. And, you know, this is Rodney. This is one of my favorite stories, what Rodney told me. He said, we had this meeting on the books several times, and they kept canceling it. One day it was this reason. Next day it's a Jewish holiday. We can't do this over here. And so he said the third meeting he was tired of this. And he walked in, and he was wearing like shorts, flip-flops, had a fucking big gulp. And he walked in, and he said, if you guys would quit this silly religion, we'd get some work done around here. And they're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He's like, what are we doing? What is this? And they're like, well, we don't need this. He goes, I don't need this. And they didn't need each other. Yeah. And Rodney does things his own way. He's I wouldn't say stubborn, but he likes things done his way.
It's not an easy thing to. It's not an easy thing to do. Every day, every hour is fucking some shit that's happening, man. Like,
yeah.
Like I remember watching Tim Allen before Tool Time when his Showtime special was on, and he did like an hour. It was fucking brilliant, like seamless. Mm-hmm. And everything that became Home Improvement was in that hour. And I remember sitting in the back of the room in Indianapolis at the Comedy Connection and thinking, I don't have that. Like, I don't have 5 minutes of that shit. Never thinking that I wasn't disciplined to, and then I don't know what happened, but you could see the direction of his career going where it went. I mean, he did Home Improvement, it was number one, did the movies, you could see it. You could see it. And having a show, like my show's been on, it'll be 20 years at the end of fucking March.
Wow.
And it was enjoyable. I never thought it would happen, put me on the map, but none of it was relaxing at all.
Yeah.
None of it. And that's when the ratings came out at 10, like they weren't immediate. The guy would walk down with the papers and we'd look at them.
Yeah.
And we were all right on the line. And then the last 3 years, I was up against American Idol. And I still survived, 120.
Yeah. Wow.
But it was something that is not the easiest.
Dude, if your name is on the sitcom, if it's your sitcom, it's I don't know how you sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something always, right? Always something's happening. Why I loved it wasn't my sitcom. I could just come on and steal a scene and get the hell out of there.
And especially working at Radford is fucking great.
Walk over to Jiki's Studio
when was
Cafe.
Were we on the same night?
I think different nights. It looks like. Were you Wednesdays?
They fucking had me every. I was on Friday night.
I'm trying to find it because it moves around, but you're definitely on at the same time because it was ABC from 2004 to 2006.
Okay, yeah, 3 years.
And that at least premiered on a Tuesday. I don't know if it's still there, but yeah.
Oh, it's
so you guys were definitely right around each other.
Yeah.
But no, it's good to meet you, man.
Likewise.
And come back.
Thank you.
And let's see, May
1st. It's in the calendar.
Love it.
Yeah.
You're coming. You gonna be there?
I got to work on my golf game.
You weren't at the other one, were you?
No, it wasn't at the other one. But I also can't golf for shit, so I got to work on that.
Yeah, and I'll have
right,
you on
man.
Country-ish sometime.
Right on, I'll do it.
We'll zoom in.
I'll do it.
Awesome. All right.
Touchdown.
Well done, man. That was fun as fuck.
That was fucking.
That was the best.
It was great. Yeah, we can cut.